Week number 1 of New Orleans Saints training camp is in the books as 4 practices have been completed. That's Erin Summers. I'm Todd Graffagnini. Another warm practice outside here today as the fans were in attendance yet again. Another very exciting day. If you're a Saints fan, let's get some house cleaning things up as far as what happened today. We did see Cesar Ruiz and Ryan Ramczyk back at practice after taking yesterday off. Tight end Jimmy Graham did have a vet day, but that was already scheduled. As far as what happened at practice, Erin, what stood out to you?
I think it was really interesting. For the first time this camp, we saw running back Alvin Kamara work out entirely with the wide receivers group. He did all of the individual drills with that position group, and throughout practice, I saw him taking a few chances to talk things through with wide receiver coach Cody Burns.
As far as I'm concerned, Erin, it was very interesting to watch the quarterbacks really air it out for the first time in the first 4 practices. We saw a lot of deep shots down the field. Unfortunately, none of them were completed.
That's good defense.
It is. I mean, you can take it either way when you're in training camp, but the fact that they're doing that, because we really didn't see a whole lot of that last year during camp. But here's Dennis Allen talking about the first 4 days of camp.
Been competitive and hot. Those would be the 2 things that would come from this. So, but it's been good. Our guys, like I said, they're working hard, and I think we're getting better as a team.
Another bit of news on Friday, long snapper Zach Woods signing a contract extension. Very underrated part of this football team, but obviously a very important one, and now he is locked up as a New Orleans Saint.
Look, when you have a good one, you know, it's nice to have them locked up, because you know, it's a problem when you don't have one. And look, at the end of the day, really, for the deep snapper, you know, if nobody's talking about him, that means he's probably doing a pretty good job.
Not surprised, but I wasn't expecting it to come so quickly. And to get what I got, I'm truly blessed. And I can't thank the organization enough for treating me the way they treated me. And, you know, I'm just blessed, and thank God for, you know, getting me to this point.
Well, of course, big news before training camp even started, Erin, was the return of tight end Jimmy Graham, who was an absolute legend around these parts in the early teens of 2000, when the Saints offense was as prolific as any in the history of the National Football League. And it's just been really awesome as a New Orleanian and Saints fan to see Graham back in the fold, because you know he's loving it.
It's been so fun to see all the throwback Jimmy Graham jerseys that have been in the stands now that the fans are out here at these practices. Definitely got to give a lot of credit for the fans having those still. We're going to see a lot of them out in the Superdome. He was a 12-year vet, 5-time Pro Bowler. He holds a lot of records as a tight end here. He's actually second in Saints history in receiving touchdowns. So he has been a great addition to the tight end room.
Yeah, and it's a full room, but he is really, really happy that he's a part of it, and even more specifically, to be back here with this organization.
You know, I'm just personally happy to be back. You know, happy to have you know, this opportunity to work with, you know, such an unbelievable room, a diverse room. You know, it's awesome to really sit down and talk with Carr, you know, just realize what type of man he is, what type of person he is, and then to see how much talent's on this team, you know, to see how many players that this team has, and the team that's been built here is unbelievable, you know. So much talent on both sides of the ball, and you know, just excited to see it, and you know, spread some of my knowledge and some of the things that I've learned throughout my career.
A lot of fans in attendance yet again, but some area high school kids also were here today. Kids from St. Augustine, Destrehan, Bonneville, Sarah Reed, and McDonough 35 all were here. Also a group from Lafayette, flag footballers from Park Lafayette, also made the 2-hour trip in. So a lot going on this Saturday at training camp.
Yeah, it was great to have all of the youth, hopefully upcoming football players here in attendance. It's all part of the Saints initiatives and, of course, NFL's Back Together weekend. You can catch all of their coverage on NFL Network and ESPN all weekend. The Saints, however, they are off on Sunday, so they will not be here at practice. We'll be back on Monday when the pads come on. Here's head coach Dennis Allen on how that changes things.
Well, I mean, look, you want to see the physicality ramp up. I mean, I think that's what we're going to see, and so, you know, you look at some of the run game stuff. you know, it's a little bit hard to evaluate at times. We talked about this yesterday. You know, you can understand whether or not guys are in, you know, the right fits or not, but, you know, does the 3 technique get off the block and actually make the play or not? You know, and so we'll have an opportunity to see that, you know, as we get into the pads.
Well, that will do it again for us. I want everybody to enjoy their day off on Sunday, and Erin and I will be back on Monday